मैं आप सबसे यही उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप इस प्रोफेशन को ज्वाइन करते हुए बड़ी गंभीरता से और मेहनत से इसमें आगे बढ़ोगे। हार्ड वर्क इज द ओनली की इन दिस प्रोफेशन। आप जितना मेहनत करोगे उतना ही आप आगे बढ़ोगे और इसमें आगे लिमिट कोई नहीं है। मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद देता हूँ कि आज से आप सभी इस प्रोफेशन में ज्वाइन करने जा रहे हो, आप एडवोकेट बन गए हो। बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद सभी को।
I request the Honorable Chairman, the Chairman of the Enrolment Committee, Jaishree Sharma ji and Atma to welcome the Honorable Chief Guest with a bouquet of flowers.
Jaishree Thakur ji, Shri CM Injan, former Chairman and Chairman of Enrolment Committee, Shri Jaishree Thakur, Honorary Secretary, Shri Rajkumar Chauhan, Shri SD Sharma ji, members of the Bar Council, Shri Karanjit Singh, former Vice Chairman, former Secretary and members of the Bar Council. It is indeed my proud privilege to welcome Honorable Justice Jaishree Thakur in today's enrollment function as a chief guest. My lord is born and brought up in Chandigarh. She did her schooling in Sacred Heart School and passed LLB in the year 1984 before joining this noble profession in 1986. She has remained as a Deputy Advocate General and also as Additional Standing Counsel for the Union Government. And you, my dear friends, are very privileged to receive your enrollment certificates from such a legal legend and luminary of the stature of Honorable Justice Jaishree Thakur ji. My lord is one of the most erudite judges of this High Court. She has always humanized the law and illuminized the justice. She is blessed with the best qualities of head and heart. And it is very heartening to see so many girls joining the profession, and I can proudly place on record my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Justice Jaishree Thakur ji for being with us today. This High Court has the maximum number of women judges in the country, and this High Court is the true epitome of the women emancipation in the country, which we have been talking since long. But this profession welcomes everyone, and this is the only profession where you can overcome the initial difficulties, any impediment or handicap in terms of being a first generation lawyer or haven't studied in a convent school, because this is a very demanding profession. With your hard work, you can always overcome. You will catch up in 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. But if you do not apply yourself, you will not be able to grow further in this profession. And my dear friends, hard work, personal integrity and ethics is the hallmark of this great profession. You have to be very concerned about the rule of law, because it is the duty on you. The vindication of law is one of the solemn duties this profession will put on your shoulders. With hard work and dedication, you can be tomorrow's Don of the bar, you can be a judge, you can be anything. This great profession has given great leaders to this country when it was most needed. The father of nation, the first prime minister, the first president, they were all lawyers. They all left their lucrative practices and they were on the vanguard of freedom struggle. So you are inheriting such great legacy, and you are not ordinary citizens. To be called upon to safeguard one's liberty is one of the greatest privilege in the modern era. And soon you will be vested with the authority to wear the robes of honor. And this is the profession where you have to learn while you earn. As Warren Buffett has famously said, the more you learn, the more you earn. It is a lifelong learning curve. And if I have been given an option, I will choose 10 out of 10 times to join this great profession. You will be soon joining the courts, the mainstream practice, but you have to always bear in mind, you have to be just. You have to be just towards the client, to the court, and to this noble profession. You have to always maintain dignity, and you have to be very courteous towards the client and towards the court. This is a great privilege to be an advocate, but it comes with a great responsibility as well. I wish you all good luck in life, and I quote the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. I quote, "Law is not a ledger domain to turn black into white or white into black. It is a constant endeavor to enthrone justice." I unquote. So the responsibility to enthrone justice lies on your shoulders. Thank you very much indeed. Have a good day and wonderful career ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Madam Justice, we are distributing around 247 licenses to the new entrants today. They are accompanied by their families, and they all have been given the robe that is to be worn by them today at the time of delivering of the enrollment certificates. I request the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly come on the dais and address the gathering.
Mr. Brar, Chairman of the Bar Council, Mr. Munjal, Mr. Karanjit Singh, Mr. S.T. Sharma, members of the Bar Council, members on the Bar Council of the dais, on the dais, and of course the most important persons today are my young friends who are in the auditorium along with their parents. This is indeed a really a proud day for you to be sitting here and getting your certificate, which is the doorway. The certificate gives you a doorway to the next chapter in your life. You are no longer students, you're going to be young, responsible members of the society. Never forget something, that you are here today getting a certificate, stepping into the next world, next chapter of your life, with such a responsibility when people look up to you for guidance and for something else, to help them solve their problems. And what is it that you have to be to do that? Just be true to your inner self. You will know exactly what to do. You don't have to emulate anyone. Don't follow this one said this and this one said that. just follow what is your inner conscience. Your inner conscience will always guide you. And of course, there are problems you don't know what to do, but there are so many people around you who will help you. But ultimately, in my experience, and let me tell you, I'm a first generation lawyer, as Mr. Brar said. So it's not a big thing that, oh, I don't have anyone around me. I'm a first generation lawyer, and if you're true to yourself, you will find the answers within yourself, and of course, there are others around who will always guide you. The other thing that I would like to just point out and tell you, law, there is no shortcut in it. You can't say, I will do cut, copy, paste. That is the world of the computer, but not in law. It is nothing but hard work, and ultimately that hard work will pay. Because each one comes to you with a different problem. Someone might have a matrimonial problem, someone might have a tax problem, someone might have a land issue. So there's no cut, copy, paste. Because whom are you dealing with eventually? You're dealing with human beings. So, hard work, keep abreast with what is happening in the world, keep up with your knowledge. Ultimately, what are you going to fall back upon? You're going to fall back upon your reading. Don't give up that habit. Even if it is towards in 10 minutes at the end of the day or early in the morning, if you keep yourself abreast with what is happening in the legal profession, it will stand you in very good stead. You might today say, oh, tax is not my issue, but tomorrow supposing someone comes to you with a tax problem, you can't afford to turn down. Remember, as a youngster, it's not that everything will be what you want, it will be what comes to you and you won't turn it down. So you should have a basic grasp of all the subjects that come to you. The other thing that one must keep in mind, of course, is, which has been touched upon by the chairman, is legal ethics. And I would request them to continue holding some kind of seminars, some kind of interaction with you as what is legal ethics. Now, legal ethics is nothing else than forming or coming back to what is true to yourself. There's no shortcut. Be true to yourself and automatically legal ethics will follow. Another arm of legal ethics would also be self-discipline. So if you maintain your self-discipline, legal ethics, I see no reason why all of you in this auditorium don't succeed. Hard work, legal ethics, I'm repeating it again and again, but there's a purpose for me to do so. Because in today's day and age, when there is a shortcut, if you're doing a shortcut, that means you're not following self-discipline of hard work and following the legal ethics. So all of them combine together, and that is what will make you into a good lawyer. That is what you will be true to yourself, and at the end of the day, let me tell you, you will have a very sound sleep because you're true to yourself. I don't want to get into a long discussion of what you should be doing, you should not be doing, but considering the fact that people are going to be reposing a lot of faith in you, please take that as an honor that is being bestowed upon you, and that is why we are all here to welcome you to the profession and hand out your degrees. I wish you a very, very successful journey in the next 40, 50, 60 years that you have ahead of you. Welcome to the profession. I think it's the time for the oath. So will you repeat after me? I'll say the first word and I'll leave it so that you can take your name. It's like I, and I will keep quiet. You say your own name and then continue after me. So are we all ready? Good. I do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the legal profession and will uphold its dignity and integrity. I will faithfully and consciously discharge my duties as a lawyer and will not do anything which may lower the image and dignity of the lawyer's profession. Thank you.
I request Shri Karanjit Singh Ji, Senior Member of the Bar Council, Shri C.M. Manjal Ji, and other members accompanied with the Chairman to give a memento on behalf of the Bar Council of Punjab Haryana to the Honourable Chief.
Wait a minute. Wait. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shri C.M. Manjal Ji to come and give the vote of thanks on behalf of the Bar Council and also embolden upon the importance of the Bar Council and the importance of the legal ethics to be followed as per the governing body.
One thing is, you are starting your career from tomorrow onwards, because today you are getting the license of an advocate. Firstly, some of you who are going to choose the practice of law, firstly choose a good senior with whom you are going to start your practice. Now the time for gossips and wasting of time on other things is gone. You will have to concentrate on your practice if seriously you are entering into a profession. Don't waste time on any other things. Concentrate on your practice, choose a good senior, and sit in the office maximum as you can. Because on my experience, several times when I visited the office of Shri H.L. Sareen, Senior Advocate, and M.L. Sareen, Senior Advocate, I always see my Lord Justice Jaishree Thakur ji remained in the office every time and working, hard working. That is why the results are here before you. My Lord is sitting on the bench. So don't waste time now. Second thing is, you will have to be patient. This profession needs patience. At least for quite some years, beginning years, those are really horrible, I'll say, but don't lose patience. It will take time, but later on, when the practice starts, you know, ना हींग लगे ना फटकड़ी, रंग चोखो ही चोखो हो जाएगा. The businessman starts a business by spending huge amounts. You never know it will flourish or not. But the practice is such a thing. It's your mind set up only and your hard work. Without further wasting time, because the licenses are to be given, my lords, we have a legal training committee here, and every year by visiting different districts and even in the High Court and the district courts, we used to conduct the legal training programs for the young lawyers of the 5 years standing. And by telling them the ethics about the profession and about the topic that how to become a good lawyer in your life, and by joining the honorable judges, other legal luminaries, and even from the experts of revenue side and from the tax side, all are being invited in those training programs, so that is already going on. On behalf of the Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana, I really thankful to my Lord. My Lords have spared a precious time, but at the same time, you are very much lucky to get a license from such a legal luminary. One thing I must share with you, that our own experience who are practicing in the High Court, when we appear before my Lord in that court, it is always a graceful for us. It's a totally homely atmosphere, no tension in the mind, and the way of conducting the cases, it is a marvelous, it is a matchless. I can't say in my words. With these words, I again thankful to my Lord who has spared her valuable time and giving licenses to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request the Honorable Chief Guest accompanied with the Chairman.
Mr. Parul Goyal from Malepurla, Mr. Ajit Singh from Sirsa, Mr. Ramandeep Singh from Chandigarh, Ms. Sonia Rathod from Panchkula, Ms. Tuinder Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Mr. Yashbir from Kathal, Mr. Sandeep Deswal from Kathal, Mr. Gurpreet Singh from Chandigarh, Mr. Sarvesh Sharma from Chandigarh, Mr. Mandeep Singh from Kathal, Mr. Sumit Tanwar from Bhiwani, Mr. Jatinder from Jamnanagar, Mr. Gurpinder Singh from Faridkot, Ms. Sonia Singhal from Chajjar, Mr. Nitra Pal from Faridabad, Mr. Naresh from Palwal, Mr. Karandeep Singh from Faridkot, Mr. Parvinder Singh from Mansa, Mr. Rajinder Singh from Hoshiarpur, Mr. Amrinder Veer Singh from Faridkot, Mr. Prateek Sagar Maini from Faridkot, Mr. Praveen Kumar from Munak, District Sangrur, Mr. Mukesh Arora from Faridabad, Mr. Taresh Ori from Ludhiana, Mr. Surinder from Gurgaon.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jagdeep Kaur from Sangrur, Mr. Subhash from Faridabad, Mr. Ranveer Sahota from Jalandhar, Mr. Mukesh from Rohtak, Mr. Navneet Singh from Kurukshetra,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ms. Shareen Gill from Gadashankar, Mr. Gaurav Singla from Barnala, Mr. Rahul Tanda from Chandigarh, Mr. Gagan Inder Singh from Chandigarh, Mr. Pransu Madan from Sangrur, Mr. Amit Mehra from Hisar, Ms. Manju from Rohtak, Mr. Dheeraj Chaudhary from Chandigarh, Mr. Sandeep Kumar from Bhiwani, Mr. Manoj Kumar from Sangrur, Ms. Roshni Sharma from Jalandhar, Mr. Lakbir Singh from Firozpur, Mr. Mandeep Singh from Sangrur, Mr. Amrit Pal Singh from Chandigarh, Mr. Gaurav Gulati from Faridabad, Mr. Anil from Palwal, Mr. Anvinder Singh from Bathinda, Mr. Pushkal Lehra from Rohtak, Mr. Ranjit Singh from Amritsar, Mr. Amit Kumar from Chandigarh, Mr. Gurpreet Singh from Fatehgarh Sahib, Mr. Gurpreet Singh from Sangrur, Mr. Prabhjot Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Mr. Parveen from Bhiwani, Ms. Gurjeet Kaur from Tarantaran, Ms. Jyoti Rani from Fatehgarh Sahib, Mr. Krishan Dhingra from Faridabad, Ms. Kuljit Kaur Saini from Ropar, Mr. Harjot Singh from Fatehgarh Sahib, Ms. Meenakshi from Hoshiarpur, Ms. Kamaldeep Kaur from Bathinda, Ms. Rabia from Tarantaran, Ms. Ranjit Kaur from Jalandhar, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Garg from Patiala, Ms. Hema Sharma from Sangrur, Mr. Dinesh Singla from Chandigarh, Mr. Arshdeep Singh from Samrala, Ms. Navi Sharma from Hoshiarpur, Ms. Manpreet Kaur from Amritsar, Ms. Naina Devi from Chandigarh, Ms. Mansi Singh from Hisar, Ms. Tahira from Fatehgarh Sahib, Ms. Prachi Sharma from Chandigarh, Ms. Sukhmandeep Kaur Gill from Chandigarh, Mr. Harsimal Singh Thind from Sangrur, Mr. Amrinder Pal Singh Chauhan from Rewari, Ms. Neha Malhotra from Chandigarh, Ms. Sarabjot Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Ms. Ramandeep Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Ms. Diksha Khalda from Patiala, Simran from Rohtak, Ms. Shufali Garg from Datia, Shubham Nanda from Gurgaon, Mr. Sagar Verma from Panipat, Mr. Sukhjeet Singh from Fatehgarh Sahib, Shri Gurinder Singh from Chandigarh, Ms. Ayushi from Rajpura, Mr. Rohit Prachar from Kaithal, Mr. Anurag Arora from Jalandhar, Ms. Avleen Kaur from Amritsar, Mr. Manpreet Singh from Gidarwaha, Ms. Prista Setia from Patiala, Mr. Nikhil Goyal from Karnal, Ms. Tanu Gupta from Sangrur, Ms. Deepika Duggal from Jalandhar, Alish Chabda from Chandigarh, Mr. Gajendra Shahrawat from Gurgaon, Mr. Shivam Gupta from Faridkot, Ms. Kajal from Jalandhar, Mr. Ankur Chaudhary from Ludhiana, Mr. Bhushan Kumar from Bathinda, Mr. Vikramjeet Singh from Amritsar, Mr. Tanuj Khosla from Ludhiana, Miss Geetu Rani from Sirsa, Miss Ramanjot Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Miss Jyoti Devi from Pathankot, Miss Vepandeep Kaur from Jalandhar, Mr. Jaishree Singh from Chandigarh, Miss Riddhi Banga from Jalandhar, Mr. Bharat Bhushan Sharma from Pathankot, Miss Gagandeep Kaur from Ludhiana, Rakha Patia from Jalandhar, Mr. Mandeep Singh from Chandigarh, Mr. Achru Singh from Nabha, Mr. Navneet from Bhiwani, Ms. Ashika Garg from Ludhiana, Mr. Mohit Sondhi from Hoshiarpur, Ms. Sharno from Sangrur, Mr. Harinder from Jalandhar, Ms. Mansi Kar from Gurdaspur, Mr. Shashant Poria from Rohtak, Ms. Garima Narula from Panipat, Mr. Ashish from Sonipat, Ms. Paluri Bhardwaj from Chandigarh, Ms. Isha Tiwari from Ludhiana,
लेकिन गुल्ला को लेके क्या कर रहे हो वहाँ वेट करके इशारा कर दो
मनदीप सिंह
Miss Isha Tiwari from Ludhiana, Mr. Atif Ahmed from Panchkula, Mr. Jasmeet Singh Pogal from Jalandhar, Mr. Jatin Jindal from Sangrur, Miss Harkamal Deep Kaur from Khanna, Mr. Jastarn Chatwal from Chandigarh, Mr. Ankush from Rewari, Miss Lakhwinder Kaur from Chandigarh, Mr. Gurleen Singh from Patti, Miss Ramandeep Kaur from Chandigarh, Miss Avroop Kaur from Hoshiarpur, Miss Harshdeep Kaur from Jalandhar, Miss Rupali from Chandigarh, Mr. Gaurav Khetarpal from Yamunanagar, Mr. Akash from Sonipat, Komal Singla from Chandigarh, Miss Ravinder Sharma from Sangrur, Mr. Jashandeep Singh from Sangrur, Miss Ramandeep Kaur from Phagwara, Miss Amanpreet Kaur from Fatehgarh Sahib, Miss Reena from Jalandhar, Mr. Rahul Garg from Sangrur, Mr. Pravdeep Singh from Patiala, Miss Pawanpreet Kaur from Gurdaspur, Miss Daljeet Kaur from Jalandhar, Mr. Manish Kumar from Rewari, Miss Manjot Kaur from Amritsar, Miss Meenakshi from Bhiwani,
Komal Singh,
Miss Pulkit from Kathal.
All the best.
Mr. Mardul Jindal from Chandigarh. Mr. Pankaj Verma from Jalandhar. Miss Alisha Goyal from Sabana. Mr. Umesh from Sonipat. Miss Arshdeep Kaur from Patiala. Mr. Mayank Kurmi from Fatehgarh Sahib.
Rahul Garg, Sangrur,
Mr. Shubham from Rewari. Miss Mansi Sadra from Sangrur. Miss Komal Daiya from Kurukshetra.
8 times.
Miss Muskan from Gurdaspur.
All the best.
Sabdeep Kaur, Jalandhar.
All the best.
Manish Kumar, Rewari.
Mr. Kubair from Firozpur. Divya Ahuja from Chandigarh. Mr. Pradeep Kumar from Gurgaon.
Meenakshi, Bhawan.
Mr. Pradeep Kumar from Jalandhar. Mr. Balkishan from Karnal. Mr. Kamaljeet Pal from Amritsar. Mr. Sukhjinder Singh from Bathinda. Mr. Ajay Sandar from Jalandhar. Ms. Gajal from Amritsar. Mr. Jagmeet Singh from Gurdaspur.
Harshdeep Kaur, Patiala.
Ms. Malvika Sharma from Amritsar.
Mayank, Fatehgarh.
Ms. Diksha Daiya from Sonipat. Ms. Roji Wala from Gurdaspur. Mr. Avneet Sharma from Sangrur. Ms. Ravneet Kaur from Ludhiana.
Komal Daiya. Kuber,
आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है, आपके लिए लंच नीचे लगा हुआ है। लाइसेंस लेने के बाद आप लंच करके जाना जी सभी ने।
Pradeep Kumar.
तो अपना काइंडली अपनी पहले स्नैप करवा ले, उसके बाद आप बेसमेंट में जाकर रजिस्टर में साइन करके फिर अपना लाइसेंस ले लेंगे। हैं?
दीक्षा रहेगा, रोजी बाबा।
भैया आपके साइन नहीं हुए रजिस्टर में, नहीं हुए। कितना नंबर रखता हूँ? कितना?
मेरे पीछे फ्लैश बढ़िया चाहिए।
उधर से जी नीचे नीचे जाओ, नीचे जाओ। आप काइंडली बैठ जाइए, अभी चीफ गेस्ट साहब यही हैं, आप बैठ जाओ प्लीज, बैठ जाओ प्लीज सारे इतनी। अरे चीफ गेस्ट साहब इतनी नहीं है।
फोटो वाले आओ, फटाफट साइन नहीं फोटो करिए इनका ही।
काइंडली सर जिन्ना दे साइन अपने नाम नहीं अनाउंस होए अज आए हुए ने, काइंडली उधर पहले अपनी स्नैप करा लो जज साहब का, फिर उस तो बाद बेसमेंट जाके मैं लाइसेंस ले लेना।
पिक्चर हो गया मैडम, हो गया। All the best.
अभी सर आपको फोटो भी दिखानी है, काइंडली आप यहीं बैठ जाओ अभी।
मेरे फ्लैश काम पे करिए ना, समझ गया। पैरों से ले लो, फिर बोलेंगे फिर क्या ले लो पैरों की, कहाँ से ले ली, फुल आएगी नहीं पैरों। काम ही करना छोड़ देते हैं। नहीं करता जल्दी काम, इंटरनल बंदे के लाइट से सब कर ले, लाइट के साथ मैंने भी लगा के करेगा गले से